Everyone, how are you today? I'm Erin with Now Playing Nashville and Artober Nashville, and this is Artober TV. So this segment is a little bit different. This will not be what we are featuring every week. Haley and I more than Sorry, guys, I had some technical difficulty there. All right, so we are back and just had to double check everything. I hope you guys are having a great Monday, and we're so excited for Artober this year. It is going to be an incredible year, and we are very excited this year because it kicks off today and it'll run through October 31st. And if you haven't visited our website, we have a 30-day challenge that you can take. And we know it's more than 30 days, obviously, but there's something for you to do for 30 days to celebrate the arts, but also to celebrate National Arts and Humanities Month. So there's everything from history and language to visual arts to theater to poetry to writing your own song. There's all sorts of things, and they kind of all tie in to everything that we have new that's happening this year, which includes some of our learning labs, the Artober TV segments, which will have special guests every week. And it'll be on a variety of topics, primarily arts and humanities focused. And so we'll also have some Artober Talks conversations that's more geared towards adults and, on various discussions and important topics. But to kind of give you a brief overview on Artober Nashville, so Artober Nashville is a month-long celebration of the arts in Nashville and Middle Tennessee, and you can find hundreds of arts and cultural events, both online and in person, many unique to the month of October. They feature every discipline, including visual and performing arts, music, history, language, and film. Our theme this year is inclusion, and our selected artist is Omari Booker. And we are so excited to have Omari as our featured artist this year. We will be interviewing him later on in the month, and you can read more about him and Artober in our stories. We're also excited to include some new features this year. So our Artober Learning Labs, which will air every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m., will feature activities for specific school ages. Content will be geared toward elementary, middle, and high school age groups, and will feature special content from Cheekwood, Country Music Hall of Fame, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, the Frist Art Museum, the Nashville Public Library, Oz Arts Nashville, Southern Word and Studio MPL, Tennessee Craft, Tennessee State Library and Archives, Tennessee State Museum, and Tennessee State University. So some of the offerings that you can find are you can learn about songwriting with the Country Music Hall of Fame, learn about voting rights from Frist Art Museum, Nashville Public Library, and the Tennessee State Museum. You can have story time with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library of Middle Tennessee. You can learn about poetry and spoken word from Southern Word and Studio MPL. And you can view digital collection highlights that features an African-American student at Fisk University in the 1920s. And he memorialized his experience as a student through a scrapbook. And you can learn how to make a scrapbook with them. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so let me show you a quick little learning lab trailer that we created for Metro Nashville Public Schools. This is great. The Learning Labs content is geared towards Metro Nashville Public School students. It's also geared toward homeschoolers, as well as just children at home that you want to keep entertained and active during the arts, celebration of the arts. So let me go ahead and share my screen right now. Let me find, where is it? Where did it go? So It went away. Hang on just a second. I don't want to keep you guys show all windows. That's what I'm having issues with. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you the trailer for Learning Labs. All right, you guys. So our learning labs, they're going to happen every Tuesday and every Thursday. And they are going to feature the content that I just shared with you all. And so that'll happen pretty much right at 10. And some of them will be 10:15 because YouTube only allows for 10:15. So Artober Talks will air special episodes throughout the month featuring author talks, discussions, and panels about current issues in the arts, including diversity, gender, funding. This week, we do have an author talk on Thursday, October 1st at 6 p.m. with Winifred Forster, Russ Faxon of Bell Buckle, and Dr. Guy Jordan about their book, A Mind in Motion, The Art of Charles Forster. Now, Charles, his work spans 6 decades and is lavishly illustrated in the book with commentary from art historians and contemporary artists. And some of his works can even be seen in Kentucky and Nashville here today. Artober TV, which you're watching right now, will air every Monday at 10 a.m. and will feature events, learning labs for the week, and special guest interviews. All segments will air on Artober Nashville and Now Playing Nashville's Facebook Live as well as YouTube. So let me hit on a couple of things to do this week. So several things that we have happening this week that you need to check out. Cheekwood Harvest. You can see Cheekwood Harvest with Chihuly Nights at Cheekwood. That's running now through November 1st. Nashville Film Festival is October 1st through the 7th. The Southern Festival of Books is starting October 1st through the 11th. International Black Film Festival kicks off September 30th through October 4th. Goblins and Giggles at Gaylord Opryland is running now through October 31st. Fall Family Fun Festival at Lucky Lad Farms will be running through November 1st. And then also we have Bloodroot at Cheekwood, which is an outdoor exhibit that will be opening this week. So you guys, I want to go ahead and let our 2 guests for today enter in. They've been in the waiting room for a little bit, so I want to go ahead and invite them in. And so we have 2 very special guests, Nathalie Lavine and Genevieve Oliver. Genevieve won the moon theme category at Cheekwood's Japanese moon viewing this weekend. So let's go ahead and let them in and we'll hear more about what happened this weekend. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Good. How are you?
I am well. So thank you both for being here today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to change it to gallery view so we can all chat. So Nathalie, tell me a little bit more about the Japanese moon viewing and the haiku contest.
Yeah, so this would be our 6th year of the Japanese Moon Viewing Festival. It started as a partnership with the Consulate General of Japan in Nashville. And it's really grown every year, except this year, of course. But we just changed it up a little bit. Typically, it's an evening event full of tea ceremonies, dancing, sampling different foods. And in the past, we've always done what we called haiku flags, where we had pre-made flags with 3 little bars across them where folks wrote haikus on them and then sort of left them or took them with them. And so we love that community engagement piece. And so we really wanted to sort of recreate it, and we stumbled on this idea of a haiku contest. And it is definitely staying. It was one of our favorite things. Folks really went above and beyond in terms of what they created. And so we're so excited. And Genevieve, who's with us, I mean, she wrote a beautiful poem. All of these were just wonderful. So it's a really great thing, which I think will continue for the next few years.
So tell me, when you're judging for the haiku contest, like what do you look for?
Yeah, I mean, the haiku, number one is counting those syllables. So 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. So we spent a lot of time, going like this and counting to 5 and 7. And then making sure that they fit within the category that they were self-chosen for. But then also haikus are all about simplicity, but also getting that message across and creating a feeling and a sense of place and time. And so that was really what we're looking for. I mean, the use of language, we did have folks who realized that coronavirus is 5 syllables. And so that was, that worked for some folks. But I think, just creating images and making that feeling, just being able to really live in that poem and get a sense of what the author was trying to say. We were looking and so drawn to those.
Wonderful. So I'll let you kind of introduce Genevieve and the category that she won in.
Yeah, so Genevieve, it's nice to meet you. Genevieve won for our moon-themed poem, and it is a beautiful poem. All of the winners are on our website. We've got a whole page for the virtual moon viewing, and Genevieve's was for our moon category, which you think about it, the moon, it's difficult because there's so many different ways you think about the moon itself, you think about moonlight, you think about all those different things. There were a lot of different ways that people, played around with it, but Genevieve's really stood out. And it was the last line that we kept going back to. So hers was, if you're okay with me reading it, or Genevieve, if you want to read it as the author.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. Golden moon hangs low, as a gourd droops from the vine, both ripe for plucking.
So we really love that last line. We kept coming back to that over and over again. But also just the imagery of, at Cheekwood, of course, we're thinking about gourds. We've got the pumpkin houses. And so for us, there was just so much in it that brought this whole image in just 3 lines, and we really loved. Also, just the way that you say plucking, there's something about it. There's sort of that musicalness of language in it.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. Genevieve, read it again for everyone. I just want everyone to really listen to it.
Golden moon hangs low, as a gourd droops from the vine, both ripe for plucking.
Beautiful. So what inspired you behind this haiku?
Yeah, well, this year, during the shutdown, I started a garden, and I planted some pumpkins, and I went on a trip, and I kind of neglected my garden for a while, and when I came back, it was really overgrown, but I had these tiny little pumpkins that were about that big, round, and bright white, and I was really excited, and I took a picture, and I've been kind of thinking about those pumpkins, what I'm going to do with them, and I love fall. So the white pumpkin reminded me of the moon. It transformed to a gourd in the poem because that has, fewer syllables. Yeah, but that's what inspired it.
That is wonderful. So I've never grown a pumpkin, never even grown a white pumpkin. What's the difference between a regular and a white one? Is it the seed?
I think it's just a different variety of pumpkin. Mm-hmm. I think some of them start out white and turn orange later, but these ones are going to stay white.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you did a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am. I'm absolutely thrilled. Yes, I love Cheekwood, and this was a wonderful way to participate.
Wonderful. Well, ladies, I don't have anything else for you guys. Do you have anything that you want to add?
I mean, I would say definitely check out all the rest of the winners. We've got some great poems on there. We had a whole class from Makiva School who participated. We also had students from Sumner Academy who participated. So we've got a lot of ideas as to how to grow this contest in the future. Would love to have more student input, and I think we'll definitely see it come back in the next few years.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sorry that you guys had to do it all virtually this year, but hey, we're all learning and adapting, you know, you got to make do.
It's just a new kind of creativity.
It is. It's a perfect way. So y'all, I appreciate you being here today, and thanks for taking time out of your day to be on this segment. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, guys, so that was wonderful. We learned about a haiku. And if you're taking that 30-day challenge with us, you can actually go ahead and cross that off your list. You learned about a haiku, but you can now go and write your own haiku. And if you go to our website, you can actually go and we have a little link that you can click on right there and learn more. So I want to thank you guys for being on Artober TV today. It was wonderful. Even though I can't see all your faces, I feel like I can. And it's wonderful that we are starting out National Arts and Humanities Month with a bang. And don't forget, Artober TV will air every Monday at 10 a.m. And it will air on Facebook Live and on YouTube. So you can watch, and we'll have special guests each and every week. All right, guys. So don't forget about the Learning Labs Tuesday and Thursday. See y'all next time.